तो पर मंगलाचरण। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमस्तुते। तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा। Welcome to everyone. It's the last class of Bhagavad Gita. Just before the exam. So I think exactly 2 years before we started our journey on 15th of February 2022. So exactly after 2 years we are finishing. So that's nice. And hopefully after 6 days you all will be Bhakti Shastri, Bhagavad Gita experts at least. Okay, so we'll talk about the exam towards the end of the class. So let's do some revision. You can see my screen, everyone? Yeah, okay. So the plan is today to do revision of 5 chapters. So I'll just go through the whole chapter, and wherever I feel is an important verse, I can talk about it a little bit. And if you have any questions, you can ask. So let's see how far we go in this 1.5 hour. So 13th chapter to 18th chapter, as we discussed last week as well, they are the part of the Jnana Yoga, and 13 is the first chapter in Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is talking about 3 different terminology in a little detailed way. So nature, enjoy, and the consciousness. And chapter starts from Arjuna's question. Anyone remember the 6 questions Arjuna asked? You can tell in Hindi or English, whatever. 6 questions of Arjuna. What are the 6 topics he asked?
Purusha, Prakriti,
So
Jnana,
Purusha and Prakriti, yep, that's right.
Kshetrajnan, Kshetra.
Kshetra and Kshetragya, yep, and Jnanam and Gya. So these 6 questions Arjuna asked. Now, what's the meaning of Prakriti? Just quickly, it's the English translation, I guess. Anyone else? Prakriti is the
material body.
Nature, you can
Material
say.
nature.
Yeah, all the material nature also includes in that. Purusha?
The enjoyer.
Purusha is the enjoyer. That can be a soul, a living entity, and the
Super
Supreme Lord as well.
Supreme.
Kshetra? Kshetra is the
Field
body.
of activities,
You're saying. The influence, whatever field we have influence on, the Kshetra. And Kshetragya is the knower of that field. Again, it can be the soul or the super soul. Yeah. So Jnanam is the knowledge, and Gaya is the object of knowledge. Why are you studying? Many times students study Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Medicine Science or whatever it is, but they have an objective to get a job. Huh? So Gaya is also very, very important. So these 6 questions Arjun asked, and Krishna starts responding straight away. So idam shariram konte kshetram abhidhiyate. So kshetra he defines as idam shariram, this body is the kshetra. And then he talks about a kshetragya, and there is a kshetragya, knower of the body as well. In the next verse, he says, Kshetram chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. So here he uses a special word, sarva kshetreshu. So he's not just the owner of this one body, he's also the knower of all the bodies. And on this verse basis, we can clearly say soul and super soul cannot be the same. So soul hardly knows about their own body. Manmohan Prabhu is sitting here. When someone comes here, he or she has a problem, he will say, Prabhuji, get this test done, get that test done. Then also after reading the reports, doctors get confused sometimes, don't know what's going on. So not only we don't know others' body, even after the testing results, we're not too sure about many things. But Krishna is the perfect knower of everything. I'll just leave that, and then he talks about some terminology here, Mahabhut Ahankaro, and we have all written in our question answers. So I'll leave that. And here Krishna talks about some beautiful qualities. I'll just quickly look at this one. Amani, and you can probably help me. Amani is, you can unmute yourself. All of you can unmute, it's fine. You can just-
Humility.
Yep, humility. So aman means no man ki asha. Huh? So we are not expecting any man from anyone. But can we accept man? We can accept man, but we should not expect man. Accept man means on behalf of our guru or a devotee or Prabhupada. Sometimes people will glorify you. Huh? You go into a program, kirtan, class, whatever. Prabhu, you are fantastic, huh? And all those things. That's fine. We can take it on behalf of, because whatever we could do a little bit, it is the mercy of our seniors who has given us some mercy. And with their mercy, with their blessings, I was able to do some seva for Krishna. So, amanitam, adhambitam, dambha. Anyone remembers dambha and darpa? Dambha, dharpa, and arrogance, pride. Abhiman. Okay, dambha, darpa, abhiman. What's the difference? Who can say? Satyabhama Mata.
Dambha is something that we don't have, but we say that we have it.
Yes. And darpa?
Darpa, I don't.
Darpan. Darpa refers to I have it and I'm parading myself.
Okay.
I have a great quality, whatever, and I parade for it. So dambha, you don't have, you parade it. Darpa, you have it and you parade it.
Okay.
And abhiman is slight
Pride.
differences. Pride. What's the relation? I want others to glorify me when I parade myself. I am whatever, so beautiful, this, that, I'm so knowledgeable, blah, blah, blah. And when I say that, I expect you to say something back. Otherwise, I feel, Arey, suna nahi kya? Did you not hear what I just said? That I am so great. So, and then I want to have, yes, people are giving me certification. Huh? They really like me, or, they respect me. So, similar words. Ahimsa, we all understand. What's the definition of ahimsa by Prabhupada? A special definition, not the normal ahimsa thing.
Not to give Krishna consciousness to others is ahimsa. Sorry, hinsa. Not to give.
To give, not to give. Yes.
Not
yes.
to give.
That's
is hinsa.
and the first two level, when one Prabhu was saying something, that's the third level, which is absolutely correct.
Not letting anyone grow in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, so that's perfectly. So first level, we can see a bodily level, hinsa, bodily
Not
level
causing
violence.
distress to others.
Then emotional level, as Mata said, distress to others. And the third is not giving opportunity others to grow in Krishna consciousness. So somehow that we block them. And that's why it's called bhakti, practice in mode of ignorance, where I want to prove myself as the best devotee, and everyone else, if they're doing well what I do, I pull them down. I do some conspiracy, I do so many other, and that also happens. Huh? So that's called bhakti mode of ignorance. Anyone remembers an example from Bhagavatam where a devotee is performing bhakti in mode of ignorance? Very famous example. He was performing bhakti, but in mode of ignorance.
No, Maharaj Prabhu.
Dhruv Maharaj, not really. He was not hurting others.
He
You're
was-
right, Mata. He was in mode of passion, performing bhakti in mode of passion. Like he wanted a result for himself, but he wasn't hurting others. Ignorance means I go against someone and do something harmful. Anyone else?
So
Bhakti.
like killing the animal half.
Hiranyakashipu.
Okay.
Hiranyakashipu, he wasn't really performing bhakti.
No,
Okay.
I think the hunter who kills the animal half dead. I can't
Bragari,
Pragari.
remember. Yeah.
but he wasn't performing devotion that time. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. He became a devotee, a fantastic devotee, but he wasn't performing devotion at all during that time. Daksh Prajapati was performing so many yagyas, and he was blaspheming Lord Shiva left, right, center. And he really became very, very nasty. Not only with the words, he and his team was also cursing the team of Shivji. So that's considered bhakti practice in mode of ignorance. And Dhruv Maharaj is an example of bhakti practice in mode of passion. He wasn't hurting, but he wanted some result out of his bhakti. He went to Lord Vishnu. But in the initial stage, it's called bhakti performed mode of passion. And just on a side note, example from Bhagavatam, bhakti performed in mode of goodness. Anyone? Prathu Maharaj was performing perfect devotion in mode of goodness. Although he is also considered an avatar because he was doing yajnas as his duty only, as his purification. He had nothing to do with the material world. Okay, coming back to Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Shantir Ajam, Shantir refers to, Prabhupada gave two translations of Shanti. So there's one in this verse, and other places he gave another one. You can have a look here. So Shanti refers to tranquility, peacefulness. Another translation?
Tolerance.
Tolerance. Thank you, Prabhuji. NOD, he gives definition of tolerance, and he gives in 18th chapter as well. So tolerating. So again, Shanti refers to the same thing. So when you get urges from inside or temptations from outside, tolerate. Okay. Arjavam. Anyone? Simple one. This word is used in Bhagavad Gita so many times, in 18th chapter as well, 1842. Simplicity. And the definition Prabhupada gives, this person is so simple that he's happy to share the most secret thing of his life, even to his enemy. Now, how do you express this arjam? That may vary time, place, and circumstances. Acharya Pasanam, this is very, very important quality.
Serving the benefit spiritual master.
Surfing the bona. Thank you, Mataji.
Third motivation.
And Acharya can refer to Guru as well. And then Guru obviously have different categories, and we should respect them accordingly. Shaucham, Prabhupada refers to internal Shaucham more than external. Obviously, external is also important. Atma Vinigraha, Sthairyam. He's very sthir vyakti. He's very, grave person. He's not like moving person. He says Acharya is always grave. What's the meaning of gravity? It's not like he's a big person sitting on a chair. He cannot get up. Not like that. What does gravity means here? He does not move in his philosophy. Today I'm worshipper of one Babaji, tomorrow another. So our philosophy doesn't change. We may present philosophy as per time, place, and circumstances, and the presentation can vary. If the audience are different, we may use different techniques and this and that. That's fine.
Yeah.
But our philosophy doesn't change, and that is called gravity. I remember one speaker in India, one day he was doing Srimad Bhagavatam Katha, and that's very nice. And later someone else was saying he's doing Shiv Katha, and then another day he was doing something else, and he was, worshipped accordingly. So he was just making a livelihood out of that, not really. And in every Katha, he will establish the supremacy of that particular personality, whose Katha he is doing. So that means changing the philosophy as well. Okay, Indriyartheshu Vairagya. I will not go through every single line. This line is very, very important. Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukkha Dosha Anudarshanam. This is very popular quote, which you hear so many times. Everyone knows this one. I just wanted to know, what does Anudarshanam mean? Can remember some words? Anu as a suffix. What does it mean?
Follow.
Okay. Yep. More.
Deeper.
Deep. Okay. More. Sorry. Trying to get the right word here. Anudarshanam, for example, this one, Anurag, there's another.
Completely.
Completely, deep, more. As per Shastra, we are having darshan as per Shastra. This is called Shastra Chakshu. Like deep vision, okay, I can still look at the emotions of the person, but I have to look through that person or that incident through Shastra. How does Shastra explain? And I look as per Shastra. Anu also means again and again, repeatedly. So what darshan Bhagavad Gita is recommending us to do repeatedly, not India-Pakistan cricket match, some rugby match, some investment seminars and all those things. What we should repeatedly see as per Shastra, Janma. We should see, oh, this soul has come into this existence and he or she in that body is suffering so much. Mrityu is so painful. And in between that, we have Jara and Vyadhi. So a wise person should see them as per Shastra. Asakti, we all understand Asakti and Asakti? And any confusions here? Asakti?
Asakti is detachment.
Yes. And Asakti?
Asakti is attached.
Yeah. So Asakti in Hindi they say Asakti, not Jasakti. Asakti matlab aa jayegi. It will come, it will not go. So Asakti, attachment. And famous example of Dhritarashtra, for example. Okay, I'll not go every single one. So last line is very important. Etad jnanam iti proktam ajnanam yadato nyatha. So Krishna declares all these items are jnana, anything else. So as per principle, obviously saying it's called ajnana. So we should nurture these qualities. And as a devotee, obviously this quality is described in the context of jnana yogi, but we can use this quality in devotional service. And also there's a word here, where is it? Vyuktades. Anyone remembers Vyuktades meaning for jnani and for abhakta?
Reside in a solitary
Solitary place. So we should all do
or
that.
holy place or solitary place.
Or keep away from the material people
Keep
and
away from the
associate
material.
with
So
the
for us,
devotees.
this is Vivikta Sevi. For us, we will not closely associate with materialistic people. Okay, so these qualities are very nice. And now, sort of some jnani aspect we see here. Krishna's absolute, all-pervading aspect. Sarvata Pani Padam. Anyone remembers the meaning? Pani? We have Pani. Pani means?
And
Hand. Yes. So who is okay? Sarvata Pani Padam. Padam refers to feet, Pani refers to hand. He has his feet and hands extended everywhere. Tas sarvato shi shiro mukham. And he has his head everywhere as well. Huh? So it says Krishna, there's not a place where Krishna does not reside. He cannot see anything. Sarvata shrutima loke, he has ears everywhere. Sarvam avritte tishtati. In this way, super soul exists pervading everything. So some absolute aspect of Krishna is described in these verses. Not go through every single one. Okay, I'll pick up this one. 22. What's the specialty of this verse? 13:22. Everyone would know that one. The specialty of 13:22. Bijavakya. If you remember, this is where the whole Bhagavad Gita starts from this point onwards. And what's the key word here? Bhoktatve. Bhunkte prakriti jan guna. So bhunkte is the word. And if you see in 21 as well, bhoktratve word is used. So bhoktratve bhunkte. So 13:22 is considered bijvakya. And this is the bija of our existence in the material world. And what's the result of this bhunkte? Sad asad yoni janmasu. So we take birth in different sad yoni and asad yoni. What does sad yoni refers? Sad yoni means yoni in mode of goodness, basically human and demigods and all those categories. And asad yoni means pashu yoni, animal species. Because of this quality of bhunkte, now whatever degrees of this quality we have, we take that birth accordingly. If we have very low low level consciousness, we may take birth in somewhere in the tree or in the animal. If we have medium level, we stay as human in passion. Or if we have higher goodness, we can go towards the demigod or heavenly kingdoms. So this is very nice verse. Yeah, 13:23. Okay, 13:23, very, very important. This verse represents the super soul aspect of Krishna. Rupam Prabhu is not here, but I think this verse should be in your list. I'm not sure MIHA list is there. Ravi Mataji is saying that's good.
Yes,
So
sir.
Upadrashta
Yes, it is.
Anumantacha Bharta Bhokta Maheshwara. So Krishna's beautiful qualities. Upadrashta. So he is not drashta, upadrashta. He is overseeing everything. Anumanta means anumati dena. So he gives the permission. So unless Krishna gives a permission, we cannot perform any activity. In Hindi, they say, "Unki marzi ke bina ek patta bhi nahi hilta hai." Huh? Not even a leaf moves without his permission. So now we may be able to do so many things and think, "Oh, where is God?" But actually, God has sanctioned through the Prakriti. If I desire, then only I will be able to do something good or bad. Even for bad, I need a sanction. So he is Upadrashta, he is Anumanta. Bharta means Bharan karne wala. He is our sustainer, maintainer. We may have a big job in outside world, but actually he is my actual maintainer and sustainer, and he is the Bhokta. Anyone remembers the word Bhokta used in another famous verse of Bhagavad Gita? Manmohan Prabhu,
Bhoktaram
Ram Sarvaloka
Number?
Maheshwaram.
Number?
647.
No,
647.
529. 647. Who will tell 647?
Yoginam api
Yoginam
sarvesham.
api sarvesham. So 647 is a culmination of the Karma Yoga to Bhakti Yoga. And this we're talking about Krishna's qualities, 529. Thank you. Paramatma iti chapyukto. So here clear word Paramatma is used, and it says Dehesmin Purushaha Paraha. So there is another person which is situated in the body. Very, very clear definition of soul and super soul's existence here. There's no confusion. So there's a soul and there's a super soul. It's like Dehesmin Purusha Para. Okay. Just move on. The different methods Krishna describes. And the last section is called Shastra Chakshu, Jnana Chakshu. I'll not read every single verse here. Just the last one. Kshetra Kshetragyoyor evam antaram jnana chakshusha bhuta prakriti moksham cha ye vidur yanti te param. This beautiful verse, Krishna says, those who see with the eyes of knowledge, which is jnana chakshusha, which we were discussing earlier, the difference between the body and the knower of the body, again, Kshetra and Kshetragya, and can also understand the process of liberation, moksham, from the bondage in the material nature, attain the supreme goal. So we have to have this jnana chakshusha, seeing as per the Shastra, if we want to attain the liberation. Again, speaking in Jnani's language here. Okay, chapter 14, three modes of material nature. Who can tell the relation between chapter 13 and chapter 14? Very easy relation.
Chapter 13 tells you how the embodied soul gets trapped in by material nature, whereas chapter 14 gives how material nature through modes of nature binds the living entity.
Okay, little bit more.
So the 13th chapter gives us about the seed,
Thank you.
Bhaktratve, and the
Yes.
14th is about the watering of that
Yes.
seed.
Yeah, so that's a simple definition you can say. Jadharma, what you said is also correct, but that's a like more prominent reasoning. So 1322 gives the beej, and the bija is bhoktratve. We have, all of us, we have this feeling of enjoyership. I want to enjoy in separation to Krishna. And when I come to the material world, modes of material nature waters that seed, and we grow accordingly, and we turn into a tree, which is chapter 15. Okay, so three modes of material nature. There's a very beautiful chapter. Anyone knows in Bhagavad Gita, one of the most important topic is modes of material nature. Anyone knows how many verses Krishna has dedicated for this particular topic? Not in this chapter only, for this particular topic throughout the Bhagavad Gita. Because this topic is super important. Because we all deal with modes of nature all the time. And it says modes of nature not only exist outside us, they exist even inside us. And this is pretty complex. Anyone knows how many verses? So there are 700 verses in Bhagavad Gita. How many verses Krishna dedicates for this important topic out of 700? 100 verses. He dedicates for modes of material nature. And we'll see this topic does not just come in chapter 14, it also comes in 17 and 18 as well. He keeps talking about it because this is so important. Now, what are the modes of nature? Anyone can define just in a simple language? Anyone?
Goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Prabhu, that's a category. I was primarily asking, what's the definition of modes of material nature? So that's a category, which is correct.
Yeah.
What is mode of nature? It's a thing somewhere found in Antarctica. It's a mentality. It's like a soul. What it is actually?
It is a total material substance in which there are three modes of nature. That's what I've written when I was.
Total material substance. Okay.
Mahatattva.
That's Mahatattva. That's right. And that includes modes of nature, which is correct. Something more.
It is how the person is born with the Swabhava, with a degree of inclination to each one
Okay.
of them.
Okay, so you can say it's a psychophysical forces. It's not a gross thing. It's not a subtle thing. It's in between. It's some sort of force which sort of impels you to do something as per your Swabhava, which you have again generated in the last verse. Huh? You can say it's a psychophysical forces which facilitate the interaction between soul and the Prakriti. This is how you interact. If you want to express something, you express through modes of material nature. Someone is very angry, he expresses his anger in that tone, or he performs certain actions, and you say, okay, this person looks very angry, or happy, or distressed, whatever it is. So they facilitate our interaction between the soul. Soul desires, right? Soul cannot do much. What's the verse in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, where it says, you're not the only doer? Everyone knows that one. Number first. Quick one.
327.
327. Prakriti Kriya Manani. So who is the doer? Actually, Prakriti is the doer. Who is the desirer? Is Prakriti desiring on behalf of us?
No.
We desire, आज पनीर का सब्जी खाना है, गाजर का हलवा खाना है, whatever, एकादशी feast खाना है. We desire, and then Prakriti executes as per our deserving. So we may desire so many things. Prakriti does not execute everything. As per our deserving, Prakriti executes that much, whatever is in our quota, basically. So through these modes of material, we interface with Prakriti. There's no other way. There is no. So they're extremely important from inside, outside. Even our feelings can be mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. What we speak of our actions, our thoughts can be in mode of passion, ignorance, or goodness. So it exists everywhere. So soul desires, and then the execution is done by Prakriti, which is nothing else than modes of material nature. So Krishna starts explaining this very nice. First, I'll read the translation. Param bhuya paravakshami jnanam jnanam uttamam. So Param bhuya, this is Param Jnana, and this is Jnananam Jnanam Uttamam. This is the Uttam Jnana, this is the best knowledge. Bhuyaha. Bhuya means, everyone knows, again and again I ask this question. Bhuyaha, again and again. So this I'm explaining you again. Yaj Gyatva, by knowing that Munyaha Sarve, all the people who are munis, param siddhim ito gataha. So they will achieve param siddhim, or the supreme perfection. So this topic is very, very important. Even Srimad Bhagavatam also has a lot of verses dedicated this. Not only verses, examples as well, which we were discussing earlier. Like even bhakti can be performed in 3 modes. Okay, so Krishna is glorifying this knowledge. Idam jnana upashatya mam sadharmyam agata sarge pinopajayante pralyante na vyathanti cha. So if you take ashray of this jnana, mam sadharmyam agata, you will attain a transcendental nature like my own. Basically, you have jnana chakshu. Sarge api nopajayante. Sarga, anyone remember Sarga, Visarga, the 10 characteristics of Srimad Bhagavatam? So Sarga, Visarga. Sarga is the creation, Visarga is the secondary creation. So Sarga refers to creation. When the creation happens, na upajayante, you will not take birth again. That's beautiful. So if you know this knowledge well, you will not take birth again. Pralay na vyathanti cha. And the pralay will happen, you will not do vyathan. You will not get stressed out. You will not get stressed out because you have the real knowledge. Listening Keshav Maharaj, and he was saying very nicely, this all illusion. One of the Prabhupada disciples, I think his name was Tribhuvana Desh Prabhu, and he said, don't take this illusion too seriously. Don't take this illusion too seriously. We are here today, gone tomorrow. We take this illusion too seriously, too seriously. What's happening in my life? Okay. One of the definition of news, someone was saying that news means old things happening to new people. Old things, the same thing. Same thing has happened. Now, child has taken birth. He or she will also experience the same things which we have experienced in our childhood, right? We loved some toys, and then we loved some books, and then we loved something else and something else. We loved cars and then house and the money. Same thing. So news is nothing. It's all olds, but old things happening to new people. And that's why old people doesn't have much enthusiasm for this. What you say? It's okay. What's the new thing? And a 7-year, 10-year-old child, Papa, chalo, chalo, chalo. It's so exciting. You're like, it's all right. Nothing so exciting about it, So there's no news in this material world. And we say, okay, morning news, midday news, afternoon news, this news, that news, same thing. Just happening to new people. So sarge pinopajayante pralay na vyathanti cha. So we don't have remembrance of this experience, but this experience of pralay, annihilation, we are all scared about. It says eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, which is the most prominent activity, which we all do. Prabhupada said that. Out of these 4 activities, which is the most prominent? Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Most prominent activity, Prabhupada mentioned. So eating, how much can you eat? You'll eat a certain amount of rotis or rice, whatever, right? Sleeping, how long you can sleep? You cannot sleep forever. Mating, how long you can do? But defending, it says you are doing constantly. You're trying to defend yourself. Right now you are sitting under a roof and you make sure that the roof doesn't fall. You go out of your house, you lock your house. You come out of your car, you lock your car. You're constantly worried about your possessions, about your family. So defense is the most prominent activity. Even if you see a bird, when she's sucking some water or eating some grains, she's looking around. No one should attack me. Now humans don't do that. We lock up the door and we eat nicely our prasadam. But animals, they are constantly in fear. So pralay na vyathanti cha. 14.4, again, it's a key verse, not sure in your list. Sarva yoneshi konteya murtyasam bhavantiyaha tasam brahma mahadiyonir aham bij prada pita. So Krishna is saying, I am the seed giving father. So all sorts of seed come from Krishna. Sometimes they fight, tree came first or the seed came first. They have this fight. So which came first? Who can say based on this verse? Seed came first, because it came from Krishna, not from tree. So Krishna gave all sorts of seeds, and then everything else came about. Yes, Rasanand Prabhuji, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Prabhu, I'm not able to understand this meaning of Mahatattva. I wrote the answers, but I couldn't understand what this Mahatattva is.
Okay, Mataji, in simple terms, so Bhagavatam explains in quite detail for a very simplistic term. So Krishna creates, you can say, a total solution, you can say, a raw material solution. And in that solution, he puts all the elements. So the starting bit is the Mahatattva. And then from Mahatattva, when he glances and he impregnates living entity in the Prakriti starts activating. So with his glance, which is called Shambhu, he impregnates living entity through his glance in the Mahatattva, and the Prakriti start the activation. And then all the things come about, and they say the first thing which comes about is sound. So sometimes, you would have heard people saying everything came from Om. So it's not incorrect. It's not incorrect. Because Om is a representation of Krishna. Urmila Mataji was giving class on Friday in the temple, and she was explaining, I think Jiva Goswami explains this. Om is made up of A, U, and Ma. So A refers to Krishna, U refers to Srimati Radharani, and Ma refers to living entity. So Krishna, Radharani, and living entity. That's what the Om is about. So from sound, everything came. So in simplistic term, you can say like this. It's like a solution which has mixed up everything, and then slowly things start coming out. And Brahmaji does all that after getting knowledge from Krishna. Okay. Akhand Rasa Prabhu or Mataji?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I've got a question from chapter 13. Can I ask
Chapter
it now? I
13.
forgot to ask you. Is
Mother,
that
can
okay?
we take the questions later?
Okay, I just wanted some clarification about some verse, something.
Yes,
some
Mataji, we will take it. Let's go with this flow now, and then we'll take the questions towards the end.
Sure.
I'm a bit conscious of the time, otherwise we may not be able to do the revision. Yeah. So please make a note, and we'll try to get some time for the question and answers. Unless we have questions for this verse or topic, then we can discuss straight away. Okay, so this Krishna says, I am the seed-giving father of everything. And it's verse 5, also very important. Sattvam rajastam iti guna prakriti sambhava nibdanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. So basically Krishna is saying, material nature consists of 3 modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, he becomes conditioned by these modes, which Mohan Prabhu was saying earlier. And now he gives different qualities of different modes of material nature. I'll not go in each one. But one I really like, and I think this is one of the questions of your assignment, Tattva Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakasham Anamayam. So one of the characteristics of Sattva is Prakasha, illumination. Like people in Sattva, it says they contemplate first and then they perform some action. In passion, they perform the action first and contemplate later. Oh, ye kya kiya? Many times people do the activity and then they realize, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have done it. I shouldn't have said it like that. So passionate people, they do the action first and contemplation later. And ignorant people, no contemplation, no action. पड़े रहो, हो जाएगा. It will happen. But Prabhu, कैसे? Someone will do it. Someone will do it. It will happen. Even if it doesn't happen, so what? It's all right. So, those sort of people as well. And you don't like to hang around with those people. Many times we are in passion, but I think Shastra recommends we should upgrade ourselves to goodness. Prabhupada said we should practice bhakti in mode of goodness platform. Slowly, we cannot say we are working on a transcendental platform. We obviously have to transcend, but at the moment, Prabhupada said, don't practice bhakti in passion, definitely not in ignorance. Ignorance means, again, repeating, I like to prove myself as the best devotee and to prove others as less best. I will do anything. I will do anything. I may be chanting my rounds. I may be worshipping the deities. Bhagavatam calls these people as prakrit bhakta. Prakrit bhakta means they are initiated. They are worshipping the deities as well. But they think, I am the best, my deity is the best, and my guru is the best, and everything else is secondary. My guru, because my guru. Not that guru is great, because my guru, and I am so great, my guru has to be great as well. So people disrespect other gurus, other disciples, and other institutions as well. They are called Prakrit Bhakta. Krishna only resides in the deity and nowhere else. And then I can fight and I can abuse and I can do whatever I like after I have done my puja. So that's sort of not a very elevated platform. We'll read about them in NOI as well. Okay, so Prakasha and Sukha Sangen Badanati. So they have a feeling of Sukha, happiness. Actually, I don't need God. I'm happy. I'm a good person. I don't harm anyone. I go for a morning jog. I do my yoga. I'm vegetarian. Sukha Sangena, Badanati. Bhagavad Gita uses the word, but they're also bound. Prabhupada gave the example of whether you're in a C class jail, B class jail, or a A class jail, you are in jail. And Prabhupada also said on this, don't try to, shift the jail from C to B, B to A. Try to come out of the jail. Many times we go to the sadhus and seek for blessings. What blessings? मेरे लड़के की शादी हो जाए, I get a good job, maybe I have a better house, I get PR of Australia, blah, blah, blah. Prabhupada said, you are still in jail. That's not the best use of a sadhu. Sadhu's blessing should be used to get out of the jail, not just within the jail, you're shifting your position. Badhanati, Jnana Sangena Chanaka. And they have this, I have a lot of knowledge as well. In Raja, what happens? Raga. Raga means attachment. A lot of attachment is there. Trishna. Trishna means, anyone knows Trishna? Constantly hankering, basically. Constantly hankering for something. Whether it's money or fame or something they're hankering for. But obviously not Krishna. If they hanker for Krishna, that's the best thing. Sangha Samudbhava Tan Nibdhati. Nibadhanti Konteya. So they are also bound with karma sangena dehina. They are doing a lot of karma activities. The last one, Ajnanajam Vidhi Mohanam Sarv Dehinam. So they are all illusioned. Pramad Alasya Nidrabi. So Pramad means super madness. Mad means pagalpan. Madness, Pramad means super madness. Alasya means lazy. And Nidra means sleepy. So they're constantly oversleeping and just in lazy. Okay, I will not read the other verses. They're also similar theme. I just want to get up to the new theme. 14:18, very important verse, is sort of a key verse. Urdhvam Gachanti Sattvastha. So what does Urdhvam refers to? We discussed about it. Two meanings of Urdhva. Anyone can say?
Upwards.
Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu.
Going upwards.
Going upwards, what does it mean? Going, I live on a second floor, so I go on the fifth floor. I get a new rental. To Swarga. Okay, what else? That's one meaning. What else?
It starts from Brahma, where Brahma lives. That's where the material world starts.
Actually, you can say from this verse perspective, that's the end. That's the max the living entity can go till actually. After that, it's out, right? like a chauka, boundary. Chakka means out. He's outside the boundary. So he can go to the spiritual world, but it's still within the material world. This is a max a living entity can go till. I'm looking for more answers. Urdhvam. My question is, what's the meaning of Urdhva? Jadavana Prabhu said correct, and Mataji also said.
Going upwards.
Going
Urdhvam is-
upwards in consciousness or physical going upwards? Consciousness means elevate. Yes, Mataji?
Rising on the spiritual path.
Riding on the, yeah. So elevating your consciousness, basically, that's called Urdhvam. So if a person was in lower modes and he is going higher, that's also considered Urdhva. A Sattva person is not a stagnant situation. Sattva also can have different ranges, right? We talk about goodness, passion, goodness, ignorance. So if he's uplifting from goodness, ignorance to goodness, passion, or goodness, that's called Urdhva. So elevating your consciousness basically is called Urdhva. And obviously planetary systems as well, anything above Earth. So above Earth, how many planets we have? So 6 plus 1 plus 7. So 6 up, 1 we are here in the middle, and 7 down. Madhya refers to what?
Bhumandala.
Bhumandala, thank you. And Adho refers to? Sorry? Hellish, again, going downwards in consciousness as well. So there's a physical downgrade and in downgrade in the consciousness as well. That's called Adho as well. So sometimes we experience this in our life as well. Sometimes we are Urdhva, we are in Satoguna, and sometimes we ourselves go to Adhogati. Adhogati means we fall down. Jananda Maharaj was giving a simple example. He says, we fall down every day so many times. So it's not a person fell down and we talk about it. Sometimes we talk about this devotee fell down, that devotee fell down. Okay, forget about that devotee. Look at ourselves. How many times we fall down? Fall down means, do we have an enjoying spirit on a daily basis? Again, other than Krishna. If we want to give joy to Krishna, that's completely spiritual. But other than that, do we have enjoying spirit? Someone should praise me. Someone should respect me. Someone should give me that or that. Can I enjoy this, some eatables or some dress or whatever? So we have this is called fall down. We are not on the standard. So Adho can also refer to that. Okay. Verse 21, very beautiful. So Arjun is asking a very, very practical question. So he's saying, Kair lingai srin gunan etan atito bhavati prabho. So atito means going beyond. Hey Prabhu, hey Krishna, how can you go beyond these 3 modes of material nature? Kair lingais. So lingais, anyone remembers? Lingais refers to internal symptoms, and Kim Achara refers to external symptoms. So what are the external and internal symptom by which I can identify the person has gone beyond the 3 modes of material nature? So Krishna writes here, please tell me the symptoms by which we will know who is transcendental to these 3 modes. What is his behavior and how does he transcend to the modes of material nature? So Krishna very nicely explains Kair Lingais in 22 to 25. Prakasham cha pravrittim cha moham eva cha pandava na dveshti sampravrttani na nivrittani kankshati. So he's explaining different characteristics, beautiful characteristics here. He explains, will not read every single one. But last line is important, guna tit sachate. So if you display these characteristics in total, guna tit sa uchate, you are considered as transcended the material modes of material nature. And then 1426. Yes, Mataji or Prabhuji, and then we'll do 26, 27. Yes.
I'm a bit unclear about he who does not hate illumination, because who would hate illumination? Who would hate, gaining transcendental knowledge? So I'm a bit
yeah. So you're talking from devotee perspective. Now here this verse saying a little bit about Jnani perspective. So they hanker for something called illumination. They want to realize Aham Brahmasmi, for example, and they go after that. I think Chaitanya Prabhu or someone was saying the Gyanis, again, they're also not bhogis. They're not papis, they're not sinful people, they're not bhogis. They know there's no sukha in the material world and they want to beyond. They want to go beyond. But the center point of their goal is aham brahmasmi, I have to realize. So it says bhogis are doing bhoga for the material world and they want to enjoy their senses in whatever way possible they can, right? Jnanis want to transcend it, but they still have this I syndrome there. I want to go beyond. But the bhaktas are the only one who have the syndrome of serving Krishna. What happens to me? That doesn't matter. I can go to hell. If by giving my dust of the feet, I have to go to hell, that doesn't matter. That's of no consideration. But Krishna, my Lord, should be pleased. He should be healed. He should be cured. So these are the three categories. And then I have to stay in the Prithvi Loka. Mam janmane janmaneshwari bhavatad bhaktir ahetuki tvai. Even if I have to take birth again and again and again, I don't mind. But what I want, bhavatad bhaktir ahetuki tvai. I want your ahetuki bhakti. So that's what it means, Mataji. So there's no hankering for a devotee, basically. If I am very knowledgeable, that's fine. If I'm not knowledgeable, still fine. I should be. There are many devotees in the past, you see, Mataji, they were illiterate. They could not read or write their own name, but that's perfectly fine. They are glorified in Shastra. So that's what it means.
It's talking about the devotee perspective, right? This
No,
whole
it's
thing.
talking about a Jnani perspective. Jnani perspective. So
Okay.
Jnanis are constantly actually hankering, but devotees are not hankering. They are hankering for something. I need to illumine myself. Unless I illumine, you see a picture of a yogi in Bhagavad Gita itself. There's a yogi who's trying to, lit his light and travel into another planet. So that's their goal, actually. That's their goal. Yogis, they want to get all these siddhis. So they want to be illuminated. But a devotee, if an illumination comes, very nice. Because Divya Gyan, Hridaya Prakashito, devotee is illuminated in the heart, not just in the head. Many times, even we all, sometimes we hanker for knowledge. I want to learn so many verses. I want to give this class and that class and get the appreciation, So that's the head part. But the knowledge should come in the heart. And that's a difficult one. That's a difficult one. You can cram verses and, show to few people that how much knowledgeable you are. But you cannot impress Krishna just with that knowledge. Heart is illumined. This is Krishna, this is me, and my whole and soul duty is to serve my Lord, whatever capacities I may have. That's the real illumination.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Gunatit Sa Uchate. So Krishna basically describes, answers the question of Arjuna in this verse 22 to 25, Linga, and then Achara he describes, and now 26, 27, very, very important verses. We'll discuss a little bit. Mam cha vyo abhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sa gunana samtitetan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So in the middle of Jnana Yoga, Krishna openly saying avyabhichari bhakti. And Bhakti Yoga word Krishna is using Bhakti Yogena Sevate. And this verse, as we have discussed earlier in the past, we have to perform, even the Jnanis have to perform Bhakti Yoga. What sort of Bhakti Yoga? Avyabhichari Bhakti Yoga. Anyone remembers the difference between Avyabhichari and a famous verse in Bhagavatam 1-6? I'll give you the hint. What's 1-6? Savai Pumsa Parodharmo Yato Bhaktir Adhokshaje Ahetuki Apratihata. So there are two words used, qualifier used for Bhakti, Ahetuki Bhakti and Apratihata Bhakti. So Ahetu means no hetu, no business. I love Krishna not because I want to get something from Krishna. It's called unconditional love. And Apratihata means uninterrupted love. So it's not like I perform Bhakti only on Sundays from 9 to 12 o'clock. Rest of the week, I perform other things. So Bhakti is not a part-time job. Bhakti is our life. At least that's the goal, if not at this stage. So ahetuki apratihata. So avyabhichari refers to ahetuki or apratihata. Anyone remembers? Avyabhichari refers to what? What does vyabhichar means? Let's start from that word. Vyabhichar means a person going to different persons, right? Having connection with many, many partners, for example, a male or a female. And avyabhichari means completely chaste. So bhakti has to be completely chaste. So here avyabhichari refers to ahetuki. not apratihata. So bhakta or yogi at this stage may not be ahetuki. May not be, he has a hetu, right? He has a hetu. And in Jnani's perspective, he has a clear hetu, right? He has a clear hetu. But what Krishna is recommending very intelligently, he's using the words avyabhichari bhakti. So he has to do bhakti, but uninterrupted devotion. When Maharaj was saying many times, we feel under the grip of material modes of nature because we are not doing apratihata bhakti. Ahetuki bhakti is very, very high, very, very high. Unmotivated devotion, very, very high. But what we can perform at this stage, in our day-to-day stage, apratihata bhakti, uninterrupted devotion. Every activity we do, it's not like we go home and then perform devotion. We are at work, so we cannot perform. No, he said every activity can be performed in a devotional mindset. It can be, cleaning your lounge room or cleaning your garden or going to work as a CEO or whatever. This is every activity can be performed. So he was saying we have to integrate bhakti in our day-to-day life. And then life becomes a apratihata bhakti. And when we perform devotional service in this mood for long time, then our devotional service will become ahetuki bhakti. So ahetuki is a big word, big word. We all say ISKCON devotees, but how many of us are doing ahetu bhakti? It's difficult to say. It's difficult to say. So at this stage, what we can practice avyabhichari or apratihata bhakti. Like don't take break from devotion and then Maya will not catch you. Now, I'm also saying I don't do it, but seek your blessing so I can perform this little bit at least. So avyabhichari, apratihata bhakti. So even jnanis have to take shelter of bhakti yoga. But what's the difference between jnani and yogi? Jnani's goal is to use bhakti as a tool and get something. But bhakta's goal is not to use bhakti as a tool, but bhakti also as a goal. But Prabhupada was asked, why do you chant? To chant more. Why do you serve Krishna? To serve more. There's no end to this activity. Not that, after I finish the exam, so temple will give us the Bhakti Shastri degree and then it's over. Finish, no more Hemanga Chaitanya coming again and again. Nothing like that. Hemanga Chaitanya will leave, but Bhakti will not leave. At least you should not leave Bhakti. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. This Bhakti Shastri certificate is all right. But the idea is we should perform apratihata and then ahetuki bhakti. So we are progressing towards that goal through this study. And as Krishna says, we are doing jnana yajna. We are doing adhyan of Krishna's conversation. So it is a jnana yajna. Okay, last verse, very beautiful verse. A strong refute to Mayavad, which says, if you perform bhakti, then you will achieve the Brahman. And this verse clearly goes other way. Brahmano hi pratisthaham. Brahmano means Brahman, which we call it Brahman. Pratishtha Prabhupada refers to the source or Adhar or foundation. I am the foundation of Brahman. So every building will have a foundation. The building is standing on the foundation. If foundation is not there, building cannot stand. Now imagine if Brahman is the building, Krishna is the foundation. So which is the source of the building? Source of Brahman is Krishna. So unless the Krishna is there, how can the building be there? So Brahmano hi pratisthaham. Prabhupada writes, I am the basis of that impersonal Brahman. No, Prabhupada very explicitly writing word impersonal here, just to be very, very clear. So Brahmano hi pratisthaham amritasya avyasya cha, and then he qualifies this is amrita and avyaya. So amrita refers to immortality, avyaya refers to imperishability. Shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukha sukhasya ekantikasya cha. So this is a platform of ultimate happiness because that's where you perform pure devotional service. Otherwise, you're performing devotional service under the modes, which is a good start. It's not the end. Okay. Let's go to chapter 15 now. Purushottam Yoga, the yoga of the Supreme Person. So as we discussed earlier, so 1322 described the bija, the seed. 14 described the watering of the seed. And 15 is describing the tree, the upside down banyan tree, famous one. So Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Urdhva Moolam Adha Shakham. So it's a very unique tree. Urdhva Moola refers to root, Urdhva refers to upar, upside. So the root are upside, Shakha, branches are downwards. Ashwatham Prahur Abhyam. Ashwatham. Anyone remembers the meaning of Ashwatha? I have to remember as well.
It also means a horse which is on 3 legs.
Horse on 3 legs. Thank you, Prabhuji. Ashwa means horse. Ashwatha means yes, who is unstable. Yes, more.
One that is temporary and unstable, and
Hare
third
Krishna.
one is the actual banyan tree.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hari bol. Akhand Rasa Prabhu, sab yaad hai. Fully ready for the exam. Huh? No, I'm not saying this question is going to come, but maybe. You never know. Ashwatam Prahurabhyam. Chandansi, yes, Parnani. Parnani refers to the leaves. Chandansi refers to the Vedic hymns. So Vedic hymns are compared as leaves of this tree. Yastam Veda Saved Ved. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Okay, I'll not go in all these verses. We'll just pick up a theme here. Verse 6, very, very important, very famous verse. You should really remember this verse. Na tad bhasyate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad gatva na nivartante tad dham paramam. So Krishna starts describing his eternal abode. Before I go there, there's one word very nice, just coming to my mind right now. So it says asanga shastrena dradhena chitva. So this is also assignment question. So we should cut this with the weapon of detachment, and then what you should do, that's more important here. Tattaha padam tat parimargita gatavyam. So you should go and seek that parampada. So this is sort of a connection between, you can say, 3 and 4 and the later verses. So you should seek for that eternal abode. And once you go there, then this is a connection. Krishna describes the description there. So there the Surya is not required, Shashanka, Chandrama is not required, Pavaka, Agni is not required. What is the second meaning of these 3 terms which we discussed earlier? Surya refers to which part of our body? So this is a literal meaning which we say, okay, no sun, moon or fire is needed there. What is the other meaning? I remember Sundar Gopal Prabhu was explaining when we were doing the revision.
The cosmic part, cosmic.
No, not yet. Not yet. We are describing the eternal abode of the Lord, so nothing to do with the material world. In this shloka, at least. In this shloka. My question is, Surya refers to which part of our body? Eyes.
Oh.
Eyes. So the dham, the abode which cannot be seen by eyes. Shashanka describes which part of our body? Moon refers to mind. So it cannot be conceived by mind. And Pavaka, Agni refers to speech. Sometimes there's a fiery speech. Lalita Sakhi, she's very fiery. Even Krishna says he's scared of Lalita Sakhi. So fiery refers to speech. So the dham or the abode which cannot be seen by eyes, which cannot be conceived by the mind, or which cannot be spoken by words, that dham is Krishna's dham. Everyone remember now? We've discussed the second meaning as well. Yeah. Yad gatva naniva. And once we go there, you never come back. That is my dham. 7th verse, very important. Mame vansha jiva loke jiv bhuta sanatana mana shashtindriyani prakriti sthani karshati. So Krishna very boldly declaring jiva is my ansha. My ansha. So we are not coming from, other than Krishna from other source. No, we are all coming from Krishna, and Prabhupada called us part and parcel. What does part and parcel mean? Anyone can describe in layman language what's part and parcel mean?
Drop of a ocean.
Drop of a ocean. Okay, more Prabhupada wording, I mean, or at least what Prabhupada said up to the effect. Yes, Priya Mataji?
Oh, I was just saying that the fragmental parts, like part and parcels, are like.
Yes, this is correct, Mataji. Little bit more. Deeper meaning Prabhupada gave.
The qualities are the same, but we have in minute quantity.
Okay, there's something else I'm asking. Part and parcel.
Is it like the roots and the leaves one?
Roots and the leaves, okay. Yes, Akhandasa Prabhu?
It's a part of the whole.
Part of the whole, that's right. Okay, I'll explain you what Prabhupada said. Something similar. I'm not copying the words of Prabhupada. Part and parcel which cannot be taken out of the whole. Like for example, and Sankarshan Maharaj gave this beautiful example. I remember his words. He said, suppose, I'll take the example of India, right? UP is a part of India, right? Is that correct or no? At least at this stage, okay? Now, tomorrow, it's possible that UP becomes a part of another country. I'm just saying. It may not happen, but it's possible or no? So is it a eternal part and parcel of India? No. But part and parcel means you cannot take them out. You cannot take them. We will always be part and parcel of Krishna. There will never be a day where we'll say, okay, we are part and parcel of now of America or whatever, right? Now we have taken Australian citizenship, many of you, I have taken. Some of you may move back to America tomorrow, or go to India, or go to Canada, whatever, right? You'll have a different passport. Can I call you as a part and parcel of Canada or Australia or India? You are constantly moving. You're born as Indian passport, then Australian passport, then American passport, this and that, constantly changing. That's not our definition. So mame vansho jivloke jivabhuta sanatana. Sanatana hai. Eternal. It is eternal. So part and parcel means which cannot be taken out. Like you take out from you take a screw from one machine and put into another machine. It works. If it is same screw, it works, right? But in Krishna's case, it's not like that. We are always integral part and parcel of Krishna. What are we doing here? Krishna explains, Manaha Shashthandriyani. So 6 indriyas, which includes the mind. So 5 indriya and plus 1 mind. Prakriti sthani karshati. What does karshan mean? Someone else can say, Tanya Mata?
Struggle.
Struggle. Thank you, Priya Mataji. Every day we are struggling in this material world. So how can we forget this word? Karshati, karshan. Karshati means struggle. Prabhupada writes here, I'll just read. They are struggling very hard. They're struggling very hard with the 6 senses, which includes the mind. Basically, mind. We are all struggling with the mind. In one lecture, I was listening. All we are reading this Shastra, Bhakti Shastri, going to temple, doing some devotional service, chanting and Mangala Arati and all that. Only for one purpose. You know what's that purpose? To sort out our mind. Our mind should come in our control. And even after all that, devotees are here doing practices for 20 years or maybe plus. Still mind is not in control. Maharaj was saying there's only one purpose for all these activities. Chanting for what purpose? To control the mind. And then control the mind and put in the proper side. But not reading Shastra, control the mind. All the services you're trying to do, control the mind so that we can put the mind at the right place. It's still not happening. What's the solution? Keep doing, keep doing. Maharaj was saying we have to do these activities with attention, and from the attention, attachment will come. The attachment is not coming at the moment because we are not attentive to our services. So if we are attentive to our services, whatever little services we have been given, slowly the attachment will arise. And one more thing he said, do without offenses. We perform many offenses as well. Okay, I will not read that. Now, Krishna starts describing the 3 levels. Who will say the 3 levels? You have all done it actually in your assignment. What are the 3 levels Krishna supports? Prasannatma Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I like everyone to participate.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
What are the 3 levels, Prabhuji, in this material world? Krishna supports the living entity.
One is cosmic level.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Second?
And second is terrestrial level.
Terrestrial level. Thank you, Prabhu. And
Third is on this physical level.
Physiological level. That's what
Physical.
Physiological. So all 3 level Krishna supports. How does he support on the cosmos level? Someone else. Tanya Mataji. Simple question.
Sun illuminates the solar
Thank
system.
you. So without sun, we cannot live. We cannot imagine life. Even science accepts that. Second level, Mataji. How does Krishna supports? From the terrestrial level.
I forgot. He enters the food, vegetables.
That's the third level, physiological level, and he helps us at digestion. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. Who will tell the second level? Sun, moon
He is the light of.
That's the Mataji, the universal level, which we already covered.
He keeps the orbits.
The Prithvi is moving in a particular orbit. If Prithvi doesn't move in that orbit with that speed and all that, we will not be able to survive. I was reading somewhere Prithvi is moving with the speed of in its orbit around the sun. If I'm not wrong, 30,000 kilometers a second. 30,000 kilometers a second. That's a big movement. And we are sitting here and feeling nothing. And around says its center, it's moving around 1,607 kilometers per second or something. Wow, what a movement Prithvi has. And it's needed. Yes, Sakand Rasa Prabhu.
Prabhu, just want to clarify.
Yes.
When we talk about the cosmological level, we are talking about the sun. But when we talk about the moon, isn't that terrestrial level?
Yeah, the thing is, moon is giving the rasa for vegetations or medications. So
So
that
it is
rasa,
considered. It is
yes,
considered under
yeah, because it's
terrestrial, right?
related to our planet, Mataji. It's related to the planet because that vegetation, if not happens, what we'll eat. So moon is helping on this planet to do that.
So should we
Hence the
consider that under cosmological, the moon?
moon itself is cosmological level, but moon benefits to the terrestrial level. That's under terrestrial level, Mataji.
Okay.
So Gama Vishya Bhutani Dharyami Aham Ojasa Pushrami Choshati Sarva Somo Bhutva Rasatmakaha. So this is the verse, Mataji, right in front of us. 15, 13. And then he says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhuta Prani Nam Deham Ashita Prana Pansamayita. So it's talking about 6 types of pranavayus. 6 types of vayu, I should say. Pranavayu is one of them. Pachami Annam Chaturvidham. So 4 types of food which we eat, lick, suck. He helps in digestion. 15, one of the best verses. I love this. Sarvasya cham hridi sannivisto matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha vedaisha sarver aham eva vedyo vedanta krit veda vida eva chaham. What's the important word here? So quite a few words important here.
Veda,
Okay, in what sense, Mataji?
that he is the knower and the compiler.
Yes,
of
that's
Veda.
very nice. And one more meaning, Mataji. Yes, you're right. He is a compiler, he's a knower. That's perfect.
And we know him through the Vedas.
That's right. So he has given us the Vedas, which he has only compiled so that we can know him. And if we don't know him through after reading the Vedas, then actually you don't know the Veda. And that's why I say, Vedaisha sarver aham eva vedyo. Out of all the Vedas, what should be known? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I should serve that Krishna. If I don't know that, like Yajnik Brahmanas, they were doing so many yajnas for Swarga elevation, but when Krishna's friends came to ask for some prasadam, they said, get out from here. So they could not understand why I am doing this yajna, although they were so-called big Brahmanas. Okay, that's the third line, that's fine. Okay, third and fourth line, both we've done. First 2 lines. What's the importance of these first 2 lines? Someone else can say.
The Paramatma feature of the Lord.
Paramatma feature, okay. What's saying basically, Prabhu?
Hridi Sannivisto.
Hridi Sannivisto, that's good. I reside in the region of heart. Which another verse in Bhagavad Gita comes close to this? 1861, Ishvara Sar Bhutanam Hrid Deshe Arjuna Tishtati. So Hrid Deshe, same thing here. Okay, besides this, Mattaha Smritir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. From me comes the remembrance and the forgetfulness. If you want to forget Krishna, can you forget Krishna? If you want to forget Krishna, can you forget Krishna? No? Arey Prabhuji, you are devotee, Prabhu. I am not. If you want to forget Krishna, straight away. Put a movie, put a match, this and that. Kabhi neend nahi aayegi. You'll never feel sleepy. As soon as you open Bhagavad Gita. I was reading it literally 6 o'clock. I was so sleepy. I'm like, come on. So it's so easy actually. Chaitanya Charan Prabhu was giving a class and he was saying something to the effect, man's advancement means, modern world advancement means newer and newer ways to forget Krishna. Isn't it? There's so many electronic gadgets, so many cars, so many places to go, so many things to eat and see and watch and experience. What do you call? There's a website, I think, adrenaline.com or something. You'll give you some group coupon, you jump from the sky, 10% off and all that. So newer and newer ways to forget Krishna. So it's so easy. But Krishna allows that. If you want to forget me, I will allow you. If he does not allow you, can you forget? Actually, you cannot forget. But he allows you. So what we need to pray to Krishna, Krishna, please, even if I want to forget you, you don't forget. Example given, I think, by Jiva Goswami or Ramanujacharya. If you are taking your child, suppose Janaki is not able to walk yet, she will be soon. You're taking Janaki and you're going to a shopping mall, some Westfield or somewhere, right? If Janaki is holding your hand, Janaki is holding your hand, scenario 1, and you are holding Janaki's hand. Which scenario is better, option 1 or option 2? Now, grandparents don't tell that, someone else tells that, because grandparents always know why she will walk. I'll put her in my lap. You understand the scenario? Scenario 1, Janki is holding the hand. Scenario 2, parents are holding the hand of Janki. Which is the safer scenario?
Parents
Scenario 2.
holding.
Parents holding? Lock kar dein? Pakka? Mata, you are sure or not sure? Sure, pakka. Okay. Lock kar diya jaye? Yes. So, yes. Why? Because Janki may see, she's a child, right? Or any child, even me. Huh? When I see some tempting toys or something, I will just run towards it. Huh? My child will run towards that shop. Oh, that bear is so nice. That doggy is so nice, or whatever, whatever. But if the parent is holding, they will not let, even Janki wants to release the hand. Will the parent let go in any direction she wants to go? No. So who should hold? A devotee should hold Krishna, or Krishna should hold devotee? What should be the case? Krishna should hold devotee. But unless you invite Krishna to hold my hand, he will not, because he is giving you perfect, freedom, minute freedom. So he is a perfect gentleman. He doesn't encroach your space. Everyone has privacy. Huh? So he doesn't encroach your space. What you have to do? You have to tell your neighbor, Prabhuji, please come inside. Take a glass of water, take some prasadam, right? Then only he will come. Will any neighbor just walk in your house, or any devotee even? He will call you, Prabhuji, I'll be coming on Saturday. Can I come at 11 o'clock and blah, blah, blah. Arey, Prabhu, come. Come, anytime come. Huh? You have to invite. You have to give him or her permission to, please come in my house. My house is your house. It's Krishna's house. Please come anytime. We'll do some kirtan. Huh? So, if you invite Krishna, sincerely, obviously, not just the lips, and say, Krishna, you hold me, rather than me holding you, you hold me, that's a better connection. That's a better connection, very stable connection. When Krishna will not let you go, even if you want to go. And that's what Guru does. Guru says, one of the meaning of Shikha is, when the disciple is going astray, against from spiritual direction, Guru will hold the Shikha and drag him back to Godhead. That's one meaning of Shikha. Very nice meaning, very nice. So you should have Shikha, and there are many more meanings of that. So Shikha means one, our spiritual connection to our spiritual master. So he can drag us, because we are constantly going out like a little Janki, like a little child. We are going to different Maya, different temptation, so much to do in outside world, so much to do outside world. So our Guru, Krishna, or our senior devotee, they drag us, chalo, come back. Prabhuji, where are you? I haven't seen you for 3 months. You're not doing any seva. What are you doing? Prabhu, life is very busy. No, nothing. Come and chop vegetables. Come and clean Radha Gopinath's kitchen. Come and clean, give some class. Do something for Krishna. My Guru Maharaj always said, do something for Krishna. Do maybe simple things. Do something. Even if you're doing deity worship at home, he said you must do it. Even if it's a simple deity worship, you must do it. Keep doing, and then the quality will increase. Okay, that's a very nice verse. Okay, 16 Dhamma Purushal. Okay, so we know this verse, Shara and Akshara, there are 2 types of living entities. So one is fallible, one is not fallible. Okay, 17 Uttama Purushatvanya. So this is again description of Krishna. Will not do this one. 19, I would love this verse. Yo mam evam asamudo janati purushottamam sasarvid bhajat mam sarva bhavena bharata. Beautiful verse. He said, whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, without any doubt, he is the knower of everything. He engages himself in full devotional service. Sarva bhavena bharata. Okay, let's move to 16th chapter, divine and the demoniac. A simple, clear connection from the previous chapter is, so previous chapter was the description of the upside down banyan tree. Now, what is on the top of the tree and what is on the bottom of the tree? Here, the bottom is the top is the bottom. So we have to remember that. So here, the bottom, which is the top actually, is for devatas, where Brahmaji or other devatas are living, because they are very high in consciousness. And demons reside on the very bottom of the tree. Now, this chapter starts from this beautiful verse 1, 2, 3, describing the divine qualities. I'll not read, but there are 4 types of varnas described here. Anyone knows what's the four varnas described here? I already said the answer actually. Manmohan Prabhu, you remember? You can give one example. So first line, if you're Abhyam Sattva Sansuddhir Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti refers to sannyasi. Sorry, I meant sannyasis, ashrama, not varna. So these qualities primarily belong to sannyasi. Sannyasi is always abhay. So it doesn't mean we should not inculcate the qualities, but he's always danam damascha yagyascha swadhyayatap arjavam. Who does that? Dan, who should give dan? Primarily, I mean.
Grihastha.
Thank you, Raghavi Mataji. So Grihastha should practice this quality. No matter how small or big is, this quality should be there. Now, it doesn't mean others don't do it. Primarily, Damasha, Yagyasha, they are the qualities for the Grihastha. Ahimsa, Satyam, Krodhastha. Okay, I'm sorry. Tapa. Tapa is the quality of which ashrama? Primary. Again, primary. All the ashramas are doing tapa. Mohit Prabhu, sorry, I didn't hear. Vanaprastha. Thank you, Prabhuji. So tapa is for arjavam, which primarily brahmachari ashram. They are simple. Brahmachari ashram is very, very simple. Supposed to be simple at least. Anyway, very beautiful qualities are described, and then demoniac qualities are described practically in whole chapter now. So dambha, darpa, we discussed about that. Abhiman. So these are the three words you can just distinguish very clearly. Krodha, parusham, evicha. Agyanam chavichasya partha sampadam asri. What does sampada mean? Anyone can say?
Qualities.
Qualities, okay. More?
Wealth.
Wealth. So what does wealth relates here?
The qualities that one is having internally.
Very, very close to the heart. Our wealth is very close to our heart. How much money we have in the bank and this and that. So sampadam refers to the wealth, which is very, very close, which is the intrinsic quality of that person. Intrinsic quality. Like if you put a Karela in your mixer or blinder, what sort of juice will come out? A sweet orange juice? Put a Karela juice will come out. And orange will give orange juice. So this is the intrinsic quality. In Hindi, there's a phrase some of you would know. Ek to Karela upar se neem chada. So first he was Karela and then he has taken support of neem. I don't know what's the translation of neem tree in English. I hope everyone understands. Rasanand Prabhu, you understand neem tree? Neem tree, you understand, right? Which you do datun. So anyway, so sampada. There's so many nice verses. Okay, I'll read this one. Very nice one. Sorry, I see a hand. Sorry, Prabhuji Mataji.
Prabhu, I just want to clarify something. When we talk about this word abhijatasya, it's in the second paragraph. It says in reference to the one who is born of transcendental qualities. So it's just the divine qualities this particular word is used, or even demoniac qualities.
Mataji, if you look at the fourth verse in my screen, Agyanam cha abhijatasya. Right? So abhijatasya used for both, whether it's Devi or demon. Yes, Mataji. So you see in the third line, fourth verse, third line, and abhijatasya bharata. Devi abhijatasya, asarim abhijatasya. Same thing. They're born like Hiranyakashipu. For example, I'm just saying, right? Born demon. He didn't become like Bhaumasur. He wasn't a born demon. Bhaumasur, if you know, he was a son of Varahadev. But it says when he associated with I forgot the name, Jarasandh and one more Asura. He associated with that Asura, then he became Bhaumasur, which Krishna himself had to kill. Otherwise, he was son of God. But he became a Bhankar Asura, big demon. Bhaumasur or Narkasur, same thing. So because of his bad association. Any other example you can give? A bad association, person fell down? He wasn't born like that. Sorry, Mohit Prabhu? Mohit Prabhu, you said something I couldn't hear.
Karan also, like not really, but he was in association.
Karan, actually, he was a demon. Karan is a demon, actually. If you hear his previous life, Prabhuji, he was a demon. But he had some good qualities, no doubt, but he was a demon, actually. It was a big pastime of Nar Narayan. Someone else said? Ajamil, Kaikei, they all actually fell down by some bad association. They are not abhijatasya. Okay. Moving forward.
Wait, sorry.
Yes, Rasan Prabhuji, yes.
Both are same, no, Prabhu. Sambadha and abhijasatya. Both, how do you differ them?
Sorry, which word you are saying?
We discussed about sambadha.
Sampada.
Yeah.
Sampada is the quality. Abhijata says born with. So born with which quality? Demoniac quality or divine quality? So Sampada is the quality. Abhijata says ja refers to Janma, birth. So he's born with certain quality. And what are the quality? Divine or demoniac. So three different words. Yeah. Okay. This is a very nice verse. I'll quickly discuss. Dva bhuta sargo Bhuta sarga lokesmin Daiv asur evacha Daivo vistarshah prokta asuram parth me shrunu. So very simple verse. So there are two types of bhuta in this loka. Daiv asur. Daiv and asur, divine and demoniac. Daivo vistarshah prokta. I have explained you about the divine in vistar, in detail. Asuram Parth Meshuru, and for demonic, I'm going to tell you. So Krishna spent a lot of verses on that, where Krishna has explained in Vistar, in detail, about the divine qualities. He only spent 3 verses. If you look here, only 3 verses. So why Krishna is saying, I've already explained you in Vistar in detail? Can anyone say that? Anyone?
In previous chapters, Prabhuji, but I don't know which ones.
Chapters. Thank you. So in 12th chapter, if you remember, I can't remember the verse, I think 8 to 12. In 13th chapter, in 14th chapter, he has given so many qualities. In 2nd chapter, he has given Isthita Pragya, for example. So in the previous chapters, he has actually detailedly analyzed these divine qualities. Yomam Bhakta Same Priya, if you remember the 12th chapter as well. 13th chapter, we just said 20 qualities, and everything else he says is Ajnana. So actually, he has explained a lot of verses already on that topic. Okay, now verse 7, he sort of starts explaining more qualifications. Pravrittim cha nivartim cha jana na vidurasura na socham na pichachara na satyam teshu vidate. So they don't know what to be in pravritti and nivritti. Anyone knows the meaning of pravritti and nivritti? Famous Mahabharata verse. Janami dharmam nachame pravritti, janami adharmam nachame nivritti. Who's saying this verse? Duryodhan. When Krishna is speaking to Duryodhan 1-to-1, he's saying, come on, yaar, just give 5 villages. And he's saying, Krishna, I know what you are saying is correct, but my pravritti is not there. What does pravritti means? Natural inclination to do something. Nivritti means, again, no natural inclination for doing that. So sometimes we say what to do and what not to do. Pravritti and nivritti. Jana na vidurasura na socham. They have no socha, no cleanliness, na acharo, no external behavior. No proper behavior, na satyam, they always lying, teshu vidyate. Okay, I'll skip all these verses. This is a beautiful verse. Chintam aparimeyam cha pralyantam upashita. They have chinta, all the time they have chinta. And devotee have chintan. The devotee is not in chinta, devotee is constantly doing chintan. Chintan of what? How to earn more money in 2024? How to buy more properties, how to become more famous. No, Chintan means is constantly doing Chintan of how to go back to Godhead, basically, how to serve Krishna, how to serve my Guru, spiritual master. And they are doing Chinta, non-devotees. How much Chinta are they doing? Aparimeyam, unlimited Chintas, unlimited Chinta. And so Chinta, when does Chinta finish? With Chitta. So Chinta goes till Chitta. And Chintan goes till Vaikuntha. So what should we prefer doing? Chita to aayegi. Our funeral will come sooner or later. Listening, Keshav Maharaj was saying, we should die before we die. We should die before we die. Like we should test dying. Like we think we are very important for our family, for our nation, for our institution, whatever. And we should sometime run away to Vrindavan and then see what happens. Everything will be fine. It's our illusion that we think, mere baad kya hoga? What will happen to the world without me? What will happen to my Bhakti Vraksha? What will happen to my temple? What will happen to this and that? Nothing will happen. So many people in the earlier, they thought about it, they went out of the world. World is still going on. World will go on. So what we can do to please Krishna, do some eternal seva. While we are executing our prescribed duties, we should focus on that. Pralyantam upashita, kamo bhog parma. They are always after their lusty desires. Eta vadit nishchitaha. They are certain. Now, if you talk to someone about Bhagavad Gita and he or she make some arguments, this and that, because he has money, money, fame, this world, that. Bhagavad Gita already saying that they have made it certain that kamopabhoga parma is my only goal of life. Asha pasha tair baddha kam krodh parayana. There are so many ashas, so many hopes. And the more the hope you have in the material world, the more frustration you get. It says, Jahan asha hai, wahan nirasha hai. The more the asha, the more the hope, the more the nirasha, the more the frustration. So it said, now we cannot live without hope, but we should have realistic hopes, realistic expectation. We are living in 2024, so we should have realistic expectation from people, from devotees, from our community. So we will not become too much frustrated, because we become many times frustrated. Usne ye nahi kiya, usne wo nahi kiya. This person hasn't done this, that person hasn't done this. So what will happen to this and what will happen to that? This is how the world is. This is how the world is. So we should understand that concept. Okay, let's move on. It's a beautiful verse, very famous line in the 14th verse. Ishvaro aham, aham bhogi. So who is the Ishvara? I am the Ishvara. They don't think themselves, many times at least, as God, but as a supreme controller. I am all in all of this country or this state or at least this company or at least this house. In this house, how can you disobey me? I'm the head of the house, so you must follow me. Whatever I'm saying, you don't follow me? How can you do that? And then we go to the spiritual master and say, okay, no one is listening to me. And he will say, it's all right. It's all right. Ishvaro aham aham bhogi. I am the bhokta. But Bhagavad Gita says something else. Krishna is the bhokta. Siddho am balvan sukhi. Okay, let's move forward. Many qualities of demons. 1621, very famous verse, should be in your list, at least in personal list. Trividam narka sedyam dwaram nashanam kama krodhas tatha lobhas tasmad etat trayam tyajet. So 3 gates to hell: kama, krodha, and lobha. So a wise person should give them away immediately. Now, very easy to say, very hard to do, but this is what Bhagavad Gita is telling us. The sooner we do this, the faster we go. They act like a brake in the car. So although we are putting accelerator of our devotional service, but we're also putting a brake of Kam, Krodh, Lobh. In English, they call it lag. Lag means lust, anger, greed. So lag will lag you, isn't it? Lag. You're not leading, you're lagging behind. So lag we should leave behind. And the next verse says, एतैर विमुक्तः कौन्तेय तमो द्वारे स्त्रिभिर्नरः आचरति आत्मनः श्रेयस ततो याति param gatim. So atmanah shreyas, if you want shreya for yourself, you want param gatim, what you should do? Etair vimuktaha, you should get rid of them. Get rid of them. 23rd verse, I love this verse. Yah shastram vidim utsrajya vartate kam karta na sa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. So shastram vidhim utsrajya. Utsrajya means give up. One who gives up shastra vidhi, vartate kam karata, he's only working as per his lower desires. Nasa siddhim avapnoti. Avapnoti means prapta karna. He will obtain. What he will obtain? Na siddhim. He will not achieve any perfection. Na sukham na param gatim. So basically, neither in this life nor in the other life he will achieve any perfection, because in this life what we are looking for, sukha and siddhi, isn't it? 2 things. Perfection, wherever we go people say, appreciate us, oh wow Prabhu, you are so good in this and that, and we are looking for sukha. And Bhagavad Gita is saying, if you do not follow shastra, you will neither get siddhi nor sukha. Okay, after life what will happen? Na param gatim. You will never achieve the supreme destination. So what should you do? Tasmat shastram pramanam te. So what you should do? Act as per shastra. So all our actions should be guided by Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. Now, where does Guru and Sadhu take the instruction from? Shastra. So Shastra is our ultimate praman. Even Guru is following Shastra, Sadhu is following Shastra as well. So Tasmat, therefore Shastram pramanam te. Whatever actions we do, we should be able to prove it backed by Shastra. Shastra is saying that, so I'm able to do that. Karya, akarya, what karya means what should be done, akarya, what should not be done, that should be explained by Shastra. Gyatva Shastra vidhanottam karma kartum iharasi. He may gradually be elevated if we carry on that path. Okay, so 847. How many chapters we have done? 4 chapters. Wow. Nice. Okay, let's go to the last one. Shraddha Traya Vibhag Yoga, the divisions of faith, Prabhupada. Right. So Arjun asking a question as per the analogy of the tree. So, okay, we understood the top of the tree, we understood the bottom of the tree. What happens to the people in between the top and the bottom? So, yes, Shastram Vidhim Utsajas 1623, similar words Arjun is using here. One who gives up this Shastra, Yajante Shraddhayanvita, but they have some Shraddha. They are doing puja with some Shraddha. Tesham Nishtha Tuka Krishna Sattam Aho Rajastamaha. So, what sort of Nishtha, what sort of faith they have? Please tell me, Krishna. Okay, I'll leave all that. 17.4, I think it's a key verse. It should be Yajante Satvika Deva Yaksha Rakshansi Rajasa Preta Bhut Ganasha Anye Yajante Tamasa Janaha. So this was clearly say one who is worshipping demigod is in mode of goodness. We should not criticize them. Huh? We should not criticize anyone, but especially those who are worshipping demigods, especially as per Shastra. Although that demigod may not be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but still they are in Sattva. And many times, we are told to tell them to add Krishna in their life rather than replacing Krishna with the current deity which they are worshipping at this stage. Many times, some immature devotees have told many insensitive things, and they are just completely shut down from this higher knowledge. So we tell them to add Krishna rather than replace with Krishna. So they cannot change the altar overnight. They've been worshipping a particular deity for last 40, 50 years. How can they change overnight? But you can tell, please chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra, please come to a temple, please read Bhagavad Gita. And many times devotees, those potential devotees can do those things very easily. Okay, Yaksha Rakshansi Rajasa, Rajas, they worship Yaksha and Rakshasa. Okay, one quick question comes to my mind. Previously, we sort of said one who worships Vishnu is in mode of goodness, one who worships Brahma is in mode of passion, one who worships Lord Shiva in mode of ignorance. How do you reconcile that statement with 17.4.1? You understood the question? So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, we say, goodness, passion, ignorance. Now here we are saying, Yajante Satvika Devan. How do we reconcile these two? Mohit Prabhu? Okay, Vinay Prabhu, if you are not driving. Okay, Mohit Prabhu is back. Not back.
Still driving, Prabhuji, almost home.
Okay, no problem. No, please don't talk. I don't prefer driving and speaking and all that. Priya Mata, would you remember?
No, Prabhu, sorry.
No problem. I'm going backwards. Tanya Mataji. So you understood the question? So Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, sometimes we say devotion and passion, goodness and ignorance. And now here we are saying Sattvika Devan. So whoever worships Deva, they are in Sattva. So how do we reconcile these two statements? Seems to be very contrary statements. Okay, Jai Dharma Prabhu.
Is it worshipping for what intention, Prabhu? I mean to say, if they're worshipping based on just for the love of that particular,
no,
or as a
Also
service.
for selfish desires, you worship demigods to achieve.
Yes, so in both cases, Mataji, we are saying people are worshipping demigods, but in one statement we are saying worship of Brahmaji, for example, is in mode of passion, and worship of Shivji is in mode of ignorance. So how do we understand that? Here we are saying Brahma and Shiva are demigods. That's quite clear. But one statement we are saying Shivji worship in ignorance. Here we are saying Shivji worship is in sattva, in goodness. So how do we understand? That's my question. Okay, we'll go back to Sundar Gopal Prabhu.
From what I remember, and I don't remember things very well.
Me too. No problem. That's what we are discussing. No right and wrong. Just say.
We were
Goodness.
Thank you. Yes, that's the answer. Goodness also have different ranges. Within goodness, we have goodness, passion, goodness, ignorance. Cow is an animal. Animal is in ignorance. But sometimes we say cow is a sattvic animal. What does it mean? So in ignorance, cow is goodness, ignorance, passion, and ignorance. So like dog is considered passion. Sorry, lion is passion and dog is ignorance. So it's a super category, superset, and a subset basically, right? So all the people who are worshipping devas, they come in a superset of goodness. Now within that superset, there are another ranges, and there can be multiple. Now Vishnu, someone also can worship as a deva. For example, someone was saying, Tanya Mataji, they go to worship Vishnu, for example, for some material desires. But that's not pure goodness. It's still worshipping Vishnu. So within goodness will also be ranges. goodness, passion, goodness, ignorance, right? So they are not static things. They go in different ranges. And what the demons do? Ashastra vihitam ghoram tapyante ye tapojana. Ashastra vihitam. So they do lot of tapa. An example of say Raman or Hiranyakashipu, doing lot of tapa. Ashastra vihitam is not recommended in Shastra. Ghor tapa. Another example I remember of Vrakasur or Bhasmasur. He was cutting the flesh of his own body. That's a big tapa, but it's in ignorance for a very bad purpose. Okay, let's move forward. This verse, I think everyone knows this one. Ayu Sattva Arogya. There are 8 points you have written in your assignment. They increase Ayu, existence, strength. Arogya means diseaselessness. Sukha, Priti, Vivardhana, satisfaction and happiness. Rasya, Singha. So there are 8 categories of Sattva Ahara. So this is what we should take. Okay, I'll not read all that. This is very nice. Sattvika, I'm just reading Sattvika verses. Aphala kankshipir yagyo vidhi disto ya ijjate. So aphala kankshipir. So they are not doing yagya out of any kanksha. They are doing out of duty, as we discussed about Prathu Maharaj. So he was doing out of duty. Bharat Maharaj as well in the first part. We are talking 5th canto, Bharat Maharaj description. But passionate people are doing adhisandaya to phalam. They want phala all the time. This is one primary characteristic of this passionate people. They constantly want phala. So now if you have this tendency, you should understand which category you are in. So we should try to move from phala to aphala. Many things we have to do, but do it as a duty for purification rather than, because if you do by phala, then you'll have expectation. And then if someone can't fulfill the expectation, then you'll have frustration. This is the whole cycle. And the last one is for tamas. Vidhi hinam ashastam. So vidhi hinam, there is no vidhi vidhan, but they are still doing so-called puja. Ashashtanam, there is no distribution of food or anaj. Mantra hinam, there's no mantras recited and no dakshina given to the priest. And I'm remembering, for example, popular Ganesh puja in India. Not that Ganesh puja is wrong, but the way people do it many times, that's not a very recommended way of doing worship of Ganeshi. Shraddha, and they have no Shraddha. Actually, they have Shraddha in money and what you call wine. They collect all the chanda from different people. They spend a little bit of chanda for the deity, and the rest of the chanda goes to wine shop and meat shop. And they play cards and all that. Okay. This is very famous verse. Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj, I was mentioning that, did this retreat, and he did so much from this particular verse, 1715. Anudvega karam vakyam, satyam priyam hitam chayam. So triple filter should be there. Anudvega karam vakyam. So our vakya, our speech should not agitate others. Sometimes we say very sarcastic remarks and we feel very great about it. Yeah, see, he couldn't respond to me. So we feel a victory in our heart. But Bhagavad Gita is saying, Anudvega karam vakyam. Our speech should not be harsh speech, sarcastic speech, which hurts others. Udvega, their mind should not become agitated by listening our speech. Satyam, it should be satya, truthful. Priyam, it should be dear. Again, Priyam is a second category. First, it should be satya. And the third is hita. It should be able to do hita. If these 3 filters are not there, satya, priya, and hita, we should not speak. We should not speak. It should be able to do benefit to others. It should be pleasing, and it should be satya. Many times pleasing may not be there. For example, a doctor has to deliver a news. He has to do satya, may not be priya news. But it does the benefit of the patient. Similarly, sadhus also, sometimes they have to speak harsh truth. Okay, let's move forward. There's manasam tapam uchate. Okay, let's move forward now. Yeah. There's 1723. This is very nice. So here we are saying how to transcend from these three modes. It says Om Tat Sat Iti Nirdesho. Basically, we are spiritualizing our work. In this verse, we are saying chant, utter, pronounce Om Tat Sat. Om Tat Sat. And Prabhupada also, I read one commentary of Prabhupada. He wrote Om Tat Sat, basically. So spiritualizing the activity by uttering Krishna's name. And we say Hare Krishna or Hare Ram. Some people say Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Krishna. All are very nice. All are very nice because they are the names of the absolute, primary names of absolute truth. And as we discussed, Om is a secondary name of absolute truth. Perfectly valid. Pranamah sarva vedeshu, shabda ke parushamashu. Perfectly valid. It's a secondary name. It's an impersonal address to Krishna. Like we say, Prime Minister has come. Rather, we can say, Mr. Narendra Modi has come. My uncle has come. My father has come. Like that, very personalized address. Okay. Okay, let's move to the last verse, 1728. Very nice. Ashraddhaya hutam dattam tapastaptam kritam chait asad iti uchate partha na chatat prete no iha. Anything done as sacrifice, charity or penance without faith, without shraddha for the Supreme is impermanent. So we should not perform acts without shraddha. We should have words, shraddha in sadhu's words, guru's words, and Supreme Personality's words. When we do the same act with Shraddha, with faith, the result is permanent or eternal. So this is a beautiful chapter. Okay, now we have sort of done a very quick revision of 5 chapters. 18th we already did last week, so let me stop here. We still have 2 minutes, which should be good enough. So exam wise, we have our exam on 18th of February on Sunday, 2 to 5 p.m. Same temple room next to the kitchen. So we'll start at 2 sharp. If you come late for some reasons, we'll still have to finish the exam on time. So written exam will be 2 to 4 as we have done in the past. And then will be 1 hour where you have to recite verses. How many verses are there? I can't remember the list.
11.
11 verses. Okay, so please get ready. We'll not tell you the number of the verse. We'll just have to literally say those 11 verses. And yeah, we will give you one opportunity to, if there's a mistake in the verse, but after that, we'll just carry on. So just remember 11 verses, practice with each other in your family or in your friend circle. Just recite those 11. Right.
You did not say the number you said?
Sorry, Mataji.
You did not say the number of the
You will
sloka?
say, not me. So I will not say, chant 1624, for example. So 11 verses. Why I'm doing this, Mataji? My little humble purpose is you should remember the numbers as well. Many times we know the verses, we don't know the number. Just a little exercise. So it's for our benefit. That's why I recommend that. So you just have to say verses means, 13.23, for example, Udrashta Anumanta Cha Bharta Bhokta Maheshra, 1426, like that. So just keep saying, as you have done in the past, same thing, right? And hopefully by 5 o'clock, we should be out. Any questions for the exam perspective for 18th February? Anyone?
Prabhuji, is it the same format like as last time?
Yes, Mataji. So there'll be 2 hour written exam and 1 hour for verses, Mataji.
Okay, so we need to bring laptops?
Yes, Mata. Sorry, I forgot to say. Thank you. Yes, laptop, charger, and whatever else. So Sundar Gopal Prabhu, I think, has a list. So,
Yeah,
a template. So Prabhuji will share. Yes, Mata, please bring. And if someone can bring extension cord, that will be nice because there will be 23 laptops on that day. So temple may not have those many plug points. So please bring a extension also. Any other thing?
One question. There
Yes,
are so
Mata.
many Sanskrit terminologies. Are we supposed to know and understand all of them?
Sorry,
It's
Mata,
very hard
please.
to know.
Sorry, please
The
say again.
Sanskrit terminologies.
Sanskrit terminology. Mataji, as I was doing today, and this class is recorded, you can just go through. Now, this class is not based on the question paper. I'll be very honest. I literally picked up the verses. I never meditated on them, but I have picked up many, many main verses. Just go through them and you will have your own notes for each class. Just read those notes. You should have a proper understanding of these 6 chapters. That's my expectation. And again, I'm not speaking on behalf of the question paper. That's a separate thing. Read your assignment, which you have done. I've already got in touch with you, many of you at least. If there's a mistake, so I have got in touch with you, and please correct your mistake like that. So If there's anything else, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Please write to me, call me, and we can talk sometime, whatever is suitable.
Prabhu, I had one question. Maybe I can talk to you on the phone.
Yes, Mataji, we'll do offline because 9:02. Maybe other devotees have to go. Any other question regarding exam I can take if there's any confusion for that. Otherwise, you can also call me or write me later. No problem with that. Okay, I think we're all ready and excited. I can see the face stressed out.
Prabhu, how big should be the answer, Prabhu? 1 or 2 sentences?
How big? I would recommend at least probably 2 to 3 lines. Don't give one word answer, please. And now you're in the last phase of not Bhakti Shastri, Bhagavad Gita. So please give answers, good answers, I would expect. Huh? You have enough time. Question paper is relatively easy, relatively small. And as I said, Ghanshyam Prabhu has set it up and he's very, very kind always. So I think you'll all do very well. Just read nicely for next few days. Spend good time. Again, the purpose should be to understand these 6 chapters nicely. Exam, you'll all do well. I'm confident on you guys. I've seen the assignment. Yeah, verses, please remember nicely. It's a good opportunity to get full marks there. Full marks, 2 out of 2. So if there's 11 verses, you get 22, 100% mark there. So grab as many marks as possible there. So answer, just write a sufficient answer. If you can give me a reference, I'll really appreciate it. I will not deduct the mark if you don't give the reference. In the bracket, you can just say 1624. I'll understand that, this person has very good understanding. So it's like a bonus thing. Again, for our personal benefit, we are trying this.
Also,
Yes.
is it good to write examples? Like if there are some questions where we can
Please
quote examples.
give example. EXA you can write, I'm saying as short as possible, that give me as most as possible. Huh? EX, Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, even if the Hiranyakashipu spelling is wrong. Huh? I really want everyone to understand the philosophy rather than just give an answer and come back. That's, very naive approach actually. So this is the last exam of Bhagavad Gita. And then I'll do the other one later. Yeah, one question I do have actually for all of you very quickly, this last question. And yeah, please arrive on time around 1:30. I'll try to open the room. If not, just stay on the foyer. And definitely 1:45 we should enter inside. And 2 o'clock sharp we'll start writing. No later than 2 o'clock. So please be ready accordingly. Come on time. Yes, Vinay Prabhu? Okay. Now, one quick question. Everyone can see my screen. Next week, we have 20th Ekadashi, 22nd is Nityananda Bhakti and 23rd is also a festival. Should we have still class on 21st or we can move the class some other day? We are starting a Shopisha and I'll explain you all that later because it's already 9:05. Whatever you recommend, I'm happy with any day. I'm not saying no.
Why we are not
21st.
having on 21st?
Sorry, mother.
Why we are not having on 21st?
21st is fine with me. I'm just asking you all. 22nd is Nityananda Triyodashi. That's good. Many people will be coming to Mangala Aarti. That's fine. 21st is fine. I'm just reconfirming. Yeah.
Can we have a break, Prabhu?
I love to have a consistent class actually. Yes, Priya Mata?
No, I don't know if anyone else is saying, but I was saying, can we have 1 week break with those festivals and Vyas Puja and then start following?
Hare Krishna. So I'm happy with that, and I was expecting that from someone. So in next week, can we have 2 classes? I really don't want to miss out the classes. Now the Gaur Purnima is coming, Ram Navami is coming, Easter break is coming. I don't want to miss out. I'm happy for a break. That's fine. That's why I thought.
We have class this Wednesday also.
No, yes, Urmila Mataji is giving. This is not a Bhakti Shastri class, but it is for Bhakti Shastris.
Is that in temple?
No, Mata, it's at Sakshi, Sakhi Radhika Mataji's place.
Oh,
and you
okay,
can personally go or online attend, up to you.
Okay.
Whatever works.
Prabhuji, would the Zoom details be published later for that one?
Yes, Prabhuji, I also don't have it. We'll publish in the group before 7 o'clock on Wednesday, definitely. So that's a separate discussion. So, okay, jaldi. Please decide whatever you guys decide. I'm happy with anything. I'm perfectly available on any day for any class except on Nityananda Bhakti, obviously. If you want to take a break, absolutely. Or we can have a 25th class on Sunday, 3 to 3:30, whatever we used to have.
Voting, Prabhu.
Prabhu, yeah.
Huh?
We can have that vote system, Prabhu.
Vote system. Okay, okay. We'll send the vote and please follow it accordingly because we can't decide just now. So the voting options are 25th, or we have 2 classes on this weekend, right? So 21st class, we can move to 25th, or we can have 2 classes on this week. Okay, perfectly done. Thank you so much, everyone. If you have anything, please let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you all in person in temple around 1:30 p.m. on Sunday, 18th of February. Okay, Srila Prabhupada.